Today we're talking about caves in southwest Nebraska. This specific cave is sandstone. It goes back about 20 feet and it's about 20 foot wide, about 4.5 to 5 feet tall. It is one of the many caves that you'll find in southwest Nebraska. This is not considered the Stone Age area, but rest assured, as little as 150 years ago, people lived in the Stone Age, and they lived in caves like this. And many of the Apache that drifted up this direction, they came because the Spanish chased them out of Texas, so they came as far north as this area. In fact, some of the first white men that came through the area said the first Indians that they ran into were Apache, living extremely primitive, Stone Age if you will. Even without cooking, they simply eat their food raw, be it meat or what have you, simply because they feared the other Indian tribes would find them and kill them. So they would live up in these caves. Caves, almost every canyon has some rock formations, some very little, some a lot more. But you'd be surprised how many caves there are in southwest Nebraska. It takes very little looking to find kernels of corn. Indians raised maize and corn, especially the Apache from the south brought it with them. A number of the pioneers that first came through here was amazed at how many of the little canyons had cricks, and they had maize, corn, growing all around them. It didn't take no time to look around here to find pieces of flint, scraped flint, scrapers. Found a Indian, it's a stone pipe for their medicines and their different religions. Arrowheads, we got all kinds of arrowheads up here, if you can see that. I don't know how well that'll show up. There's all kinds of stuff in and around this area. Found a fair-sized piece of spear point. This area was noted for the Indians and Native Americans. We're up on the top right now. The reason we're not looking at caves this minute is just to give you an idea that the good majority of the nomadic tribes would stay up above the ground from the bottom, and they would stay on the tabletop. They did it for two reasons. The first, most important, they could see their enemy, because the other Indian tribes were quite often not friendly. And if they could see them 2-3 miles off, they had a chance to get away. The other reason is because the heat and the cool will come up the valley during the day and then down through the night. And so it will always be more pleasant up here, except for the wind. It's a little breezy right now, but it is a safer place to be than down on the bottom. Okay, we're now down in the bottom of the canyon. We're next to a creek here and self-fed stream. It's barely running this time of year, but I'm here at the bottom compared to up there. At nighttime, the temperature will be 15 degrees colder here because heat always rises. And so that 15 degrees meant the Native Americans wouldn't have to burn as many buffalo chips, grass, very few vegetation or trees. So heat was very important to them, and to try to stay warm and stay alive. We're looking at a buffalo wallow. They would come in here, and it's a spring-fed little pond here out in the middle of a pasture. Has nothing to do with runoff or anything else. It hadn't rained for a long time, but this is water, and it's just a nice little pond here. Ponds like this were crucial to the Stone Age people to travel from pond to pond and know where water was, even in the driest parts and driest times of the year. Quite often you'd find southwest Nebraska a lot closer to a desert than you ever did a lush green countryside, I assure you.